Broadcasting live from the great outdoors, Staten Island, this is the Brooklyn Baritone Podcast. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to us. Thank you for taking the time for listening to me and allowing me to take some part of your day. I usually come out here and record, talk about sobering things, a lot of things that enlighten, that uplift. Now, in light of all of this recent panic, the recent panic I'm talking about is this coronavirus scare. It is seemingly a very serious topic, a very seemingly serious situation that is going to affect the globe. And if anything, it already has affected the globe, as many people are running out to get a lot of hand sanitizers, getting supplies, water, food, dried goods, and also the stock market has taken a hit because of the basic panic. Now, whether that's because of a direct impact from people's reaction or something manufactured, that's left to be desired, or a question that's left open to be asked. Well, upon the tails of this coronavirus epidemic, we have to look at many things that affect us on the regular. Sorry for turning away from the mic. And this is honestly something that I believe that we should look very closely into. Yes, to protect the health of everyone, but I believe, and I know that so much of us are actually taking a knee-jerk reaction because of the type of coverage that this coronavirus epidemic, pandemic, scare, whatever it is that you want to call it, this thing is causing a lot of waves, and not in a good way as well. What I'm alluding to is that humans are usually susceptible to a lot of ailments. And there are ailments that's been around just as long or longer, that's been affecting us every day, every year. And, not just in America here, but globally. We have to look at the bigger picture of what's going on, and I'm going to help shed some light on that bigger picture. Just for a little bit of ground here. Regarding the flu, influenza, that thing that people usually get many times out the year, many people seem to get, or, takes them out of commission, got to take real legit sick time from work, that thing. About 646,000 people die a year around the world. This was taken circa 2017. And this is from www.cdc.gov. So these guys, they know a thing or two about diseases. This is the United States government official agency to deal with these things. And also from their site, they also state that these numbers can grow each year. So it's from 2017. Mine is kind of cold out here, so don't mind me sniffling. Anyways, I got to be careful too with this stuff going on. Anyways, many people don't really take the flu into consideration as a epidemic and a scare, and technically it is. Even when people get their flu shots, where everyone's giving out free flu shots everywhere, people saying you need to get your flu shots or get a mask, people still get the flu. And it affects you to the point where you feel like crap. Most of us, for the few that probably have been blessed with not getting it, consider yourself lucky, or to get it heavy. But for the majority of people who I know who have gotten it, you feel like crap. Fevers, you got aches, feel queasiness, got headaches, you got all types of things going on that takes you out of commission, all right? And these are things that affect us every year, but people don't go crazy over. Yeah, we have flu shots. Yeah, people say you dress warmly, but you don't hear it on the news. Death tolls rise from influenza, a new strain of influenza, more aggressive form of influenza. And this is something that, because we're used to it, we don't look at it as something major to really pay attention to. These are certain things that we have to actually look and take into consideration and not have a knee-jerk reaction. You know, you could be programmed to be, fight or flight. The direction I believe that we're being taken to with many of major news outlets, even political heads, they want us to be in a flight situation all the time, as opposed to fight. When I say fight, gear up to make sure that you are in the best possible form, status that you can be in, so you're not taken out so easily by any of these diseases. Going forward with my wonderful statistics, 1.7 million people will be infected by HIV, or have been infected by HIV in 2018. And out of that 1.7 million that were infected, 1 million have died from that. Now, that's a little bit harder to get than the flu or the coronavirus, but you could take that into some sort of consideration as well. Now, it's a more cognitive situation with contracting the AIDS virus, usually, because mainly deals with, sharing needles, having sex, and there's other methods as well too, but it's usually more of a cognizant form of contracting that. Okay, this is from the World Health Organization, www.who.int. Again, circa 2018. This was taken from, all right? And there, of course, has been a massive coverage and panic of AIDS, but this is going back 20 years ago, and people still talk about it. It's still apparently relevant, but again, something else that affects us all the time that we don't hear about that much. Yes, practice safe sex and everything, but nowhere near as much 20 years ago. Anyway, going forward, 49,000 people die from pneumonia in the United States annually, while over 2 million die globally. 2 million from pneumonia. We hear about pneumonia. Usually we hear word of mouth is be careful, make sure you don't have pneumonia. Oh my goodness, they had a walking pneumonia, they didn't even know it. Oh, they're in a hospital now because of pneumonia. I've known many people, I know a few people who had it. And again, they call usually flu-like symptoms like everything else. This is taken from, out of that 2 million globally, a third of that number are children under the age of 5. That's a little bit saddening. This is taken from the CDC.gov website and also ourworldindata.org. All right. So with all these little things that happen to us every single day, and these things are easily spread, usually when I'm talking about the pneumonia and the flu, AIDS too, because everyone likes to have sex, and that's a whole nother podcast right there. But anyways, with just a brief look at a couple of these things that affect us, that made me think, how easily it can be to pass this on to other people. People sneezing, coughing, or doing whatever things that are not really hygienic that cause other people to be at risk of being exposed to these things. That also made me think of New York City, always called the capital of the world. Densely populated city area with so much people who live and work and visit this place here every single day from all over the country. That made me think about the public transportation system here of NYC, as you could pretty much think like the buses and the trains are kind of like the veins or the lifeblood of the city, along with the bridges and the roads that allows people to have commerce, get to and from work, travel products back and forth, allow people to get to whatever destination they want to. Just like the lifeblood, like the blood, our blood can carry things throughout our body, unseemingly. So can the public transportation system. I just came across an article where I thought about how clean are the subway cars, because when people think about dirty public transportation, people usually think about the subway. I came across this article on the Business Insider. The website is www.businessinsider.com, and it takes about 3 hours for one worker to clean one subway car. That's a long time. And when you look in contrast to how scheduled the trains try to be, or even the buses, that's taking one whole subway train out of some serious commission if it takes one worker 3 hours for one car. I personally think that's kind of long. Hopefully they're doing a great job. If it's necessary, it's necessary, but the 3 hours is a long time. And then you have so much people here who have a fantastic and amazingly short span of patience. So New York has to be moving, always busy, always bustling. So apparently I don't really see a major market in them keeping any trains or buses out of commission for that long. And let's see here. And again, on top of the 3 hours it takes to clean a subway car, it's done every 8 to 10 weeks. That is a long time for each subway car to be cleaned, because all it takes is 1 day, all it takes is 1 hour for one of these cars to be in commission, to be oozing with all types of disgusting and delicious germs and viruses and sicknesses. Oh my. If you've been on subways in New York City for many years, or even just 1 day, you are privy to all types of sneezing, coughing, and a plethora of bodily fluids at any given time. And any of these bodily fluids could come out of any orifice, out of any person. Okay? I've seen it, didn't want to see it, but it happens. So, 8 to 10 weeks is the amount of time that's given to clean a subway car. Not 8 to 10 weeks. The whole transit system is cleaned one subway car. That is just a cocktail for this chaos and destruction. Can you imagine how much people actually get sick from that? But going back on track, as I was talking about the subway systems, we have to be very careful of what we really go crazy off of. We have to really be careful of what we really allow us to be stressed about. Remember, my last podcast, talking about breathe, tranquilo. So much stressors and so much distractions and things that cause us to be stressed. And that in its own right causes us, excuse me. There we go. I'm out here in the cold, sniffling and sneezing. That doesn't look good, but I think I'm pretty good when I get out of here. I got something warm, hot, waiting when I get home. Okay, anyways, back on track. We have to really consider what we allow to engage in us and infiltrate, not just our peace, but our proper state of mind. And again, we allow stressors to affect us. Guess what? These things help make us sick. So when you hit a pandemic, an epidemic, people start getting like a placebo effect as well. I think I have some symptoms here. I think I'm getting sick. And it could be a placebo effect, and you put yourself in that slippery slope, but also you're stressing yourself now. And you're allowing your lymphatic system, your immune system to not be able to do its job properly. Okay? Now going forward in a little bit more positive note, from www.health.gov, health and nutrition are related. Imagine that. Nutrition and health basically overall your way of life, your lifestyle choices and things that you do are related to your health. I'm pretty sure we've heard that somewhere, sometime before, and it is very, very true. And this relates to all these statistics that I'm here pouring out. And it's not even a fraction of the things that are nasty and ugly out there waiting to infiltrate us and take us down and take us out. Now, I went forward to doing a little bit more research on, a little bit of plant-based diets. A plant-based diet is known to reverse ailments. On this particular website, I didn't go through every single one. This website, www.post-gazette.com, features an article about a woman who was diagnosed with cancer, and she didn't want to take chemo. She said, I need to change something. She actually did education and actually went forward and had the conviction to switch her lifestyle and her diet mainly to a plant-based diet. And that, she said, reversed her diagnosis and her status and the cancer out of her body. Imagine that. So this correlates exactly to what I'm saying. Yes, with the coronavirus scare. I'm not saying you should take every type of illness, physical, mental, spiritual, every ailment, take it seriously, because it can affect you definitely. It could put you out of commission, change your life. You know, or if anything, at work, at least I should say, make you feel terrible for a while, but you don't want to feel bad. You want, every day to be really nice, sun shining like how it is out here right now. But we have to look at what we do to ourselves. This all goes back to everything that I say. We're here, whether you want to believe it or not, we are created by Elohim. We are here specifically to have dominion over here, not domination. The reason why we have so much of these things here that affect us, diseases are just one small fraction of what is doing us a lot of damage, is that we abused. We abuse our positions here. We abuse even ourselves. So if we, don't have the proper mindset to have proper dominion, it doesn't take much to throw things off tilt. Dominion is making sure that you're good so that you can take care of everything else and everyone else around you. When we have a proper mindset to eat, to talk, to think, to act in a proper standard, in a proper manner, everything else will fall in place. Diet definitely will help us out because the things we eat inhibits our body's natural ability to heal itself. Many of the products that we use helps to inhibit our body's natural ability to heal itself. The body is constantly trying to catch up and repair and getting hit all the time. It's going to be hard to recoup. You're not probably ever going to be able to recoup from anything, honestly. And the thing is too, we have to take into consideration our health. We have to pay attention to when our body tells us something's off. We have to get out of this program mentality. At least I know definitely here, in this country, or especially this city, can't stop going. I got a little sniffle, like yours truly. No worry, I had a sniffle before. I got to show up to work. This knee is hurting me, my back is killing me, something in my throat, something in my head. I'll get to the doctor eventually. I ain't got time for that. Or I don't have insurance, which is an unfortunate reality for a lot of people. Or I ain't got the money for it, or whatever it is. Oh, doctors are just going to scam, blah, 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 blah. Your body is telling you something. We have to pay attention. The thing is, we don't want to pay attention to the things that are there, but we want to pay attention to the things that's going to rattle us and make us run for the hills, okay? I look at the news, and I look at the many things, you've been taught to eat the meat and spit out the bones. Well, we have to learn how to do that with everything, take everything into serious consideration. If we did, we wouldn't have, a lot of these numbers wouldn't be as high as they are. And if we all really did everything in unison the way we're supposed to, I could guarantee you that we would probably hardly have anyone dying from any of these things, because our bodies will be in the proper shape to not take flight when we hear news about something. We can fight. Our bodies can fight. Because we are eating the right things. We are speaking the right things. We are living the right things. Many of these products are here, we're used to it, but just because we're used to it doesn't mean it's right. A lot of things that we do destroy us, destroy the environment. And then we have the raw mentality where we always have to have more. We have to have people who need to have money so they can just do whatever they want, or people who have power over others so they could do what they want. And then you have those people who take a seat of power and position. Other people are going to look at that and say, well, that's the way to get what I want, so I'm going to follow suit. And there you have spiritual and moral epidemic that destroys us, that where we don't follow things properly morally, what our spirits would do, our minds do, our bodies are going to follow suit. It's going to manifest itself in the physical world as sickness, as ailment, as destruction, as war, as chaos, whatever it is. Anyways, I don't want to go too far off of the soapbox, but I want you to be a little bit more educated, a little bit more vigilant every single day. Pay attention to your body. Take the time to come outside and enjoy life. Take the time to breathe properly. Take the time to listen to your body. Take the time to build yourself mentally, spiritually, professionally, physically, every single way you possibly can. Do it. And when you hear so much things, diseases, wars, and rumors of wars, and oh my, all those things, you be better prepared mentally to know it's not going to shake me that much. It's not going to affect me that much. Or I already know what I'm good with. You follow Elohim, you be covered by him as well. Anyways, I think that's about it. Hopefully I made you think. Hopefully may have stepped on toes. That's good. That means if I'm stepping on toes, I'm taking a step in the right direction. If your toes are in the way, then so be it. Hopefully that pain makes you wake up and pay more attention to yourself and things around you. Anyways, be good to each other. I want you to make sure that you check me out on my website, which is www.brooklynbaritone.com. Also check me out on my YouTube channel at Brooklyn Baritone. You can catch me on Facebook and Instagram. You can also catch me on the Google Play Store and the iTunes Play Store. I want you all to stay blessed, stay at best health, physically, mentally, spiritually. Love you all. Walk good. I'm out. You will hear from me.